I don't know if it's because I had zero expectations, but this blew me away. Now, this is my reaction to the Lanterns series trailer that just dropped yesterday. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen it, but I love it. There are so many things that I think they did right, or at least that they're presenting right in the trailer. When I heard of the Lantern series, of course, like everybody else, I thought of the Ryan Reynolds movie that was just atrocious. But when I saw the first still that was released, it seems like a million years ago almost, I thought to myself, this is gutsy. Because it was so stripped and bare. It was just two guys walking on a road wearing casual clothing. And so there was like no shot of a ring, no costumes, no space. So I was like, okay, let's see what they're going to do with this. And then I started reading about how they're trying to do a true detective type of mystery in a small town feel to it. So I was like, okay, all right. I was already appreciating a lot of the things that I was hearing and seeing about the Lantern series. But now watching the trailer, I was like, okay, things are really starting to line up. Particularly Hal Jordan and John Stewart, played respectively by Kyle Chandler and Pierre. Kyle Chandler is great in everything that he does. He did an FBI agent, romantic comedy type of show on Fox many, many, many years ago that I remember watching a little bit of, and he just always stuck out to me. I still remember him in that relatively small part that he had in Wolf of Wall Street, but he's just the consummate professional, and he gives it everything he has, and he's always great. And now you put him with Pierre, who I think is just a star in the making. I loved him in Rebel Ridge. And as soon as I saw him in that movie, I was like, this guy is somebody to watch. And it feels to me like this is the old Hollywood move where you take a up and coming movie star and then you pair them with somebody who's seasoned and professional and just been around, and you see how they work together, and it's looking great. It's very much like a mentor-mentee dynamic because Hal Jordan is training John Stewart to take over for him as the Green Lantern on Earth, or in that section of the universe. And it seems great, and it's also a bit of like a buddy cop type of feel to it. I remember hearing like, there's some bits of Lethal Weapon in there. And I'm not sure they're going to go that particular direction, but the buddy cop dynamic does seem to be very present, as well as, like the mentor-mentee. So I'm looking forward to that. There was one brief shot of the costume as it's hanging in like a closet type of thing. Because the entire trailer, you don't see anything. You see the ring for a hot second. You see Hal Jordan flying in the air, but he's still wearing regular clothes as he's doing that. So it gave me, some flashbacks of the season 1 of the Daredevil Netflix series, where the entire first season, up until I think the end, if I remember correctly, you don't see the traditional classic Daredevil red costume. He's just kind of figuring it out as he goes along. So I was like, all right, that's another gutsy move, I think, because then it becomes all about the story and less about the spectacle. And so, yes, like I said, there's that true detective type of mystery. They're in a small town. There's, the police department who is, like, who are these strangers? And it seems as if maybe they intervened at some point of whatever was happening. And so there's that natural tension, very much like in season 1 of Jack Reacher, where like the police are handling it, but he's also handling something, and they're just kind of stepping on each other's toes here and there. So, but I dig it completely. I think they've done all the right things so far. Let's see how the season unfolds. Anyways, what about you guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.